on the pedestal. This is incredible.
Take your fandom to the next level with the official Grizzlies app. Go all access and behind the scenes.
It's got to be heavy defense. That's where it starts for us.
Personalized to where you are and who you are. Get easy access to ticketing, the game day guide, and your own app customization right at your fingertips. Upgrade your experience and download the Grizzlies app today.
This is an actual good shoe.
Yeah, it looks like
this
a good
is
shoe.
real good shoe.
What you think about him, KJ? She likes Cheetos.
Like Cheetos?
Yeah,
like
nice.
Cheetos.
You like Cheetos?
For kids, yeah, nice.
That's what I mean. For kids,
For kids,
1,000%.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I was still playing basketball, I played in brightly colored shoes. I wore pink shoes a lot of the time or purple shoes. Like, I like that. The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's talk about golf in the context of the Masters and everything else going on. What NBA players would you like to play golf with?
My number one is Steph Curry.
See, like, I thought about this, but I don't want to play with Steph Curry because he
Why?
is good. I want someone I can beat.
Who?
Charles Barkley.
Is he bad at golf?
When we finish this, you, Kelce, everyone else, just go look for a Charles Barkley swing.
IMHO with Lang Whitaker and me, Kelce Wright Johnson, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's number one.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but you can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
Well, how long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt, live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish. I'm speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle's right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're excited. It's the final weekend of the NBA regular season. That means it's the final weekend of the Grizzlies. 2023-24. And guess who's in town, Bennett? I bet he's right there across the street right now.
Is it the King?
King's in town.
The King's here.
Not every day a King's in town.
Come on over, King, if you're listening.
Not every day a King's in town. You know, Kings don't visit Memphis so often, but we got a King in town.
I don't know, man. We've had a lot of Kings.
Name them.
Jerry the King Lawler.
That's right.
Elvis Presley.
True.
B.B. King.
That's right. Yo Gotti.
Joe Jackson, Yo Gotti.
Joe Jackson, Yo Gotti.
We've had a ton of Kings.
We have a ton of
yeah.
Kings. We have a ton of Kings. Okay, our latest King is in town.
Yep.
LeBron James and the Lakers, 7 o'clock FedEx Forum. Oh, it's going to be a fun night in downtown Memphis. I hope so. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. 10:20 in the next segment. That's Jessica Benson. She's the host of the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Weekdays, 8 o'clock on Grind City Media. Jessica to come in here in a minute, sit right in between me and Bennett. I'll chop it up with her. Jessica Benson in the next segment. Finish talking to Jess, take a break, come back. 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Kentucky ran off John Calipari to hire BYU's Mark Pope. Oh, buddy, I bet that wasn't their plan.
Doubt it.
I bet that's not what they thought they were going to do. It's not popular with fans.
Oh.
We'll discuss it in about 40 minutes. Houston's Jamal Shead has announced that he's done with college basketball. That caused a shakeup in the top 25-1. I'll tell you who the new number 1 is in just a bit. Travis and Jason Kelce, they took their podcast to Cincinnati last night. A live audience. Seemed like a party. We'll discuss that in the third segment. Tom Brady is leaving open the possibility that he might play in the NFL again now. What's he doing?
Okay.
What's he up to? He said, yeah, maybe. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't he announce his retirement twice already?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's saying maybe not. Might play football again. I'll tell you exactly what he said. I'll read you the quote. We'll do that a little later on in the show. And round 2 of the Masters is underway down in Georgia. in the tamest way I can, I'll tell you what's going on at Augusta during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carry out and call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to, but I did want to start with the NBA because your Memphis Grizzlies are going to play game 81 of a scheduled 82 tonight inside FedEx Forum, and it's a good one. Oh, Bennett, it's a good one.
Yes, it is.
This is one that you circle on the calendar when the schedule is released, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we probably didn't think we were going to be watching it under these circumstances. We probably thought when the schedule was released, we were like, oh, wow, the last Friday of the regular season, Grizz Lakers. That could be for, I don't know, maybe they're playing for the 1 seed in the West or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
No. Lakers are 10th in the West. The Grizzlies are lower than that.
It is crazy to think about that, like, when this season started and you looked at this game on the schedule, it's like, that has potential to be one of the biggest regular season games ever inside FedEx Forum.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Damn.
Now it's something less than that.
Damn.
Now it's an opportunity to maybe see Jack White. That's where we're at now.
That's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
I like Jack White.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean,
fan of his music. Oh, no, that Jack White. Gotcha.
If I were the Grizzlies, I'd have signed Meg White too.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be worse than having a White Stripes reunion inside FedEx Forum tonight?
With the Lakers in town? That's Hollywood. Let's
Lakers
go.
in town.
Yep.
Sign Jack White. Sign Meg White. Have a White Stripes reunion inside FedEx Forum. Do a little giveaway or something, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, am I the only one thinking around here?
No, I think
What is the point of signing Jack White if you don't sign Meg White?
I know it's a fair question.
It's a
I'm
totally
stumped.
fair question.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we already setting records. We already handing out 10-day contracts. Could have used one of them to get a White Stripes reunion. Missed opportunity, you ask me.
Well,
either way, the King's in town.
Yes, he
Probably
is.
just right across the street right now, top floor over there at the Westin. Sometimes
I don't think they stay at the Westin.
They used to because he used to tweet from there.
I know. I don't think they do anymore.
They changed it?
No, because remember a couple seasons ago he got mad because they were playing music outside.
Yeah.
I think they moved him. I don't think he's staying at the Westin anymore.
Well, then where is our King?
I don't know if I don't want to get in trouble, but they don't stay at the Westin anymore.
Tell us where our King is.
I believe they stay at the Hyatt.
Our King stays at the Hyatt.
I'm pretty sure the NBA, the visiting team, stay at the Hyatt. Sorry if I wasn't supposed to give that info out.
They've given up on the Westin?
I don't think they stay at the Westin.
I prefer the Westin.
You?
Yes.
I've never stayed at either, so I couldn't pretend to know.
I like Westins.
I live here, so I'm good.
I live here, but I've stayed at the Westin. I've stayed in the LeBron James suite at the Westin.
He's got his own suite?
That's what they told me. When I checked in, they said, GP, we saw your name on the reservation. I said, yeah. They said, we got you in the LeBron suite upstairs. I said, that's okay. Okay.
That's pretty legit.
I was treated like a king.
Yeah, you were.
I was treated like a king.
Yeah, you were.
But now you're telling me LeBron has given up his suite.
Yeah, they don't stay at the Westin. No.
That's disappointing.
I know.
That's
because used to, if you just hanging around on that plaza, because they would just walk over, right?
Yeah.
Walk across from the not
You're
anymore.
The king.
Not anymore.
How many kings you seen in person in your whole life?
Once upon a time, you could have seen Allen Iverson walk right across that plaza and be locked out of the building.
I'm not joking. I saw Allen Iverson locked out of the building one day.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I brought it up.
Leaving AM 730. We had a studio.
That's why he left.
On Bill Street.
Yep.
Most outrageous thing in the world.
Uh-huh.
You'd have to take an elevator up to the second floor.
I want to go up there. I wonder what's going on up there.
There's probably a body in there. What are you talking about? Like, if there was a dead body in there, it wouldn't shock me. What do you think they do in there now?
I don't know.
We used to do.
I don't think there's a radio studio in there anymore.
But you would you'd hit the elevator button and like me and I mean, buddy, you'd be up early sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I think me and Jeff did a 7 a.m. show over there.
Yep, that's right.
Did that for about 8 months.
Jeff and Gary.
Never again. The Jeff and Gary show. Mm-hmm. Never again. Oh, buddy. Never again. I'll do that. But you would hit the button and the elevator doors would open. And if there was a man sleeping in the elevator, that was not a shock to you.
Mm-hmm.
You just had to, and you have to wonder, like, do I ride the elevator up with this sleeping man, or is that dangerous? These are the things you'd have to, you'd have to talk through them. Mm-hmm. It's a wild situation. King's in town.
One of our many kings.
When's the last time you saw a king in person?
Oh, I saw Lawler here like last week on wrestling night.
Okay.
I've seen him. Yeah.
When's the last time you've seen have you ever laid your eyes on an actual king?
I have been to Buckingham Palace before. But that wouldn't, because that would have been the queen.
That'd have been the queen,
yeah.
not a king.
And I didn't see her.
And you didn't
so,
see her.
Yeah, it wouldn't have counted anyways.
I encountered a king.
Did you?
On a golf course.
Did you?
I did. I encountered a king. His name escapes me, plus his country.
Oh, wait, a real king.
Actual king.
An actual king.
King of something.
Now, my dad used to work at Memphis & May, and they used to always bring over the international guests. Was it a Memphis & May person that was here in town for International Week?
Okay, so we're out at the golf course. We're out at the golf course, and I think we're at TPC Southwind, and like one green, you can see the 8 tee box.
Yeah.
From the number 1 green.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'm about to do some research. I'm gonna find out who your king is.
Dude, you can probably find video of him out there. So we're on the number 1 green, and I can see the 8 tee box. And typically, you look at a tee box, you're gonna see 2 people, maybe 4. Mm-hmm. It should rarely be more than 4. But you look up there, and there's like 10 folks standing up there.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And they're not all dressed in golf attire. And it's but there's like clearly something going on up there. And so me, being as curious as I am, you know what I said? I said, I wonder what's going on up there. And then you notice people were like, it's not like if you're standing on the 8 tee box, you should be looking that way. But they were looking back at us, these fellas, all right?
Yep.
And they weren't in golf attire, but they had their back to the tee box, and they were looking back at us. Like it almost looked like Secret Service. And so I said, man, this is kind of a wild situation. Those fellas are looking at us. They shouldn't be looking at us. This feels like Secret Service. There must be somebody really important up there on that tee box. You know who it was? It was a king.
Do you remember what year this was?
Like last year.
Oh, like last year. So this could have been this was probably the king of Ghana.
I think it might have been.
Okay. Was it a black person?
Well, Bennett.
It
was. I'm answering your question directly.
Yeah, because before that it was the Czech Republic. So
definitely wasn't that guy.
Okay, so yeah, it's got to be the king of Ghana.
Maybe I saw.
You met the king of Ghana.
Didn't meet him.
You didn't meet him, but you're in his presence.
I was on the green at number 1, and he was on the tee box at number 8.
I think I met. This is going to be one of the smaller countries. I want to say it was. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what king you met.
I don't think I met a king. I'm looking at the countries that when my dad was there, and I don't know if there was. I don't know. You met a king.
I was right there. I saw a king with my own eyes.
That's crazy, dude.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
It was wild. It was a wild deal. Now we got another king in town.
Yep.
LeBron James. He's listed as questionable. He's got an ankle injury. You concerned about that?
No.
The secondary market is reliant on not just the king being in town, but the king actually putting on his uniform and playing basketball tonight. Like, there are a lot of people right now. And they're going to decide whether or not to go downtown tonight, to be inside FedEx Forum, buy drinks and popcorn, hot dogs and burgers.
Yeah.
And it's relying on, is the king going to play or not? You think he's playing?
I think he's playing.
It's a big game for them.
It's a huge game for them.
They're now 45.
Get out my good luck charm.
35. They have the exact same record as the Warriors and the Kings, so they can still finish as high as 7th in the West or as low as 10th in the West. They're locked into the play-in, but they can finish as high as 7th or as low as 10th. Now, 7th is unlikely and 10th is most likely, but there's a big difference between 7 and 10.
Massive.
Yep. If you're 7, you get to host a game. If you win it, you're in. If you lose it, you get to host another game.
Yep.
And if you win that one, you're in. If you're 8, you go on the road to play your first game. If you win it, you're in. If you lose it, you get another opportunity. You're hosting a game. You win that one, you're in. If you're 9th, you're hosting a game. If you win it, you're still not in. You got to go win another one on the road. And if you're 10th, you got to win 2 road games to make it. So there's a massive difference between 7th and 10th. The massive difference between 8th and 10th. And so given that the Lakers are still in contention for all of those spots with the exact same record as the Kings and Warriors, I suspect as long as that ankle injury isn't the type of thing that keeps him from walking and moving comfortably, LeBron James will be in uniform tonight. I suspect he's going to play. Listed as questionable. I'd bet on him being in uniform.
Yeah, and I mean, this is one of those where No, I don't want to discredit our guys, but like, if you're the Lakers and you suit up all your guys and you take this game seriously, you're going to win this game.
You should.
I mean,
I'm
just calling it like it is.
I mean, they're 15.5-point favorites tonight.
Yeah.
The question would be, if you're the Lakers, can you win the game without LeBron? Are you comfortable trying to do that?
I don't think I risk it. I don't
know that I would risk it either.
Because the thing is,
I think you tell LeBron, go out, let's get up 25, and then let's coast.
Right. And you can also, if you win this game tonight, you can look at the potential scenarios in your last game and figure out what you want to do, which is likely win. You probably want to win, but you never know. There could be maybe they want to play the Kings, you know?
If your options are getting to the top 8, you want to get into the top 8.
That's right.
Just because like it's in theory one fewer game that you might have to play to get into the playoffs. So they have real motivation to win. I suspect that he'll play.
Yep.
And that's what I would do if I were the Lakers. I would say, hey, let's go out and jump on these guys. Like, let's be up 42-19.
And then I'll sit the whole second half.
And then let's rest it. But let's go jump on them. Let's make sure tonight we get to win 46.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're on 45. We're trying to get to 47. Let's make sure tonight is 46. So if you're on the fence about whether to go or not, whether to buy tickets or not, if I were betting right now, I would bet that he probably plays.
I would too.
I mean, my family is under this umbrella. We are planning to go to the game tonight as a family.
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron James is scratched, we probably won't go. You know, my kids want to see LeBron James. You know, they don't want to
see LeBron.
They don't want to see Anthony Davis.
See LeBron.
I asked my little guy last night, little Lou. I said, hey buddy, you want to go to FedEx Forum tomorrow night? And he said, who's going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like setting it up for like a big.
Yeah.
He said, who's going to be at FedEx Forum tomorrow night? And I said, if you could see anybody at FedEx Forum tomorrow night, who would you want to see? And you know what he said?
The King.
He said Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
And
that makes sense.
I said, damn it.
Yeah.
I said, well, Cody Rhodes is not going to be.
No, he's not going to be.
Cody Rhodes is not going to be.
That was a good answer.
It was a good answer. He said, I said, Cody Rhodes is not going to be at FedEx Forum tomorrow night. And I said, but who else? If you could see anybody else at FedEx Forum tonight, besides Cody Rhodes, like Cody Rhodes, no, but like anybody besides Cody Rhodes, then who would you like to see? You know what he said?
The King.
He said Taylor Swift.
No, she's not. She won't play FedEx Forum.
That's what I told him.
I'm sorry.
I explained it to him.
Yeah, she's not going to play FedEx Forum.
And then I realized, oh no, we might be going down a wrong path here.
Yeah,
this ain't working the way I thought it was going to work. You know,
mm-hmm.
I was hoping I'd say, if you could see anybody at FedEx Forum tomorrow night, who would you want to see? And I think he'd say LeBron James, and I'd be like, oh buddy, let's go.
Yep. Damn it! I wish I was bringing Noah. I got to work the game. I wonder if Hasseltine will let me just put him up there on my lap.
Yeah. You should. Yeah, you should. Of course he would. Eric Hasseltine would not object. He'd not object. This could be our last chance to ever see a King.
I know. That it's funny. Like as you're talking about this, and because I want my kid to be able to see him sometime.
Sure.
But in my head, I'm just like, well, I'll bring him next year when the game's more important and matters more for the Grizzlies. But
you know what?
What if he retires?
Or worse.
What? What's worse than that?
He could die.
Okay, well, I don't think he will.
I mean, people die. OJ did it yesterday.
That's true.
People die, Bennett. OJ did it yesterday.
LeBron's like
OJ did it yesterday.
Okay, dude. LeBron's like the healthiest 39-year-old in the history of our world.
That won't save you.
I guess that's true.
Always. Healthy people die too, Bennett.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
I am. Now I'm like all conflicted over here. I'm like, why didn't I decide to bring him tonight?
It's you know what? Hopefully LeBron lives.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why my phone does this?
Is that the King? It sounds like a King's entrance.
My phone has started doing this.
Why
is my phone doing that? Why is my phone doing that?
It's the King's grand entrance. It's like your little emoji thing.
I don't understand.
You got some kind of trigger going on that's like making you do weird like confetti and entrance music and stuff.
This happened on a plane about 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh. And you got in trouble.
No, but I felt like the oldest person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see an old person fidgeting around with a phone?
Struggle, and they're like,
they don't know what they do.
What's happening?
And their text is like, times 40.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and you're like, my God,
I feel for those people.
Right, and that's what
I want to help.
That's what I felt like. I wasn't as clear-minded as I probably could have been on the plane.
Yeah.
I was half asleep, half awake.
Was anybody like, "Sir, can I help you? You
this
need,
thing
you
goes.
need some help,
so
sir?"
I'm like dead asleep like this. I'm probably just like snoring and being totally disruptive. And then this thing does exactly that, and it wakes me up, and I start fidgeting with it, and I turn it off, and I'm like, I'm looking around, everybody's looking at me like I'm a jerk. And then 2 minutes later, it does the exact same thing. 4 minutes later, it does the exact same thing. And my phone was just going off nonstop. So I went into I do all the Google searches. I go into it says turn off all your notifications.
Yeah.
I turned off all of my notifications. Then I didn't even get text message notifications anymore. So then I would randomly look at my phone for the first time in 30 minutes, and I'd have 11 missed text messages. So now I'm not getting my life has been it's a real struggle.
Okay,
right
so
now.
the chat's saying that you have a tile on your keys or your wall. This is phone.
That
it
is
sounds
true.
like
I
you
do have
a
a
tile.
I
Mine
do.
does the same thing. How do we stop the tile?
How do we stop that?
Guys, let us know how
I
we
do have
stop
a tile.
the tile. Yeah.
I do have a tile.
You got a tile issue. I don't know what that means. I've never heard that in my life.
You don't know what a tile is?
What's a tile?
Okay,
A tile's like a little thing on my floor, like a square on my floor.
Okay, look. Yeah, that's right too.
Yeah.
Well, let me look what I got here. Let's see what we got here. We got it's a Metro card.
Okay.
In case you already didn't take the train.
Mm-hmm.
And then over here, we have a tile.
Okay.
See what this is?
Never seen that.
Okay, it looks like a little credit card.
Yeah.
You put it in your wallet, and then when you lose your wallet,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I can't find my wallet. You go to your little app here,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's see if we can, I'm doing a demonstration right
Yep.
now. Isn't this fun? Then you go to your little thing, and it says, hey, I can't find my wallet. Can you find it for me, Tile? And it says, hold on, we'll find it. Just give us a second, right?
Mm-hmm. And there it is. So, but that's not the same thing?
No, that just
No,
says,
that was a different noise.
yeah, that's how I know to go find my wallet.
Yeah.
But this other thing is,
This is a new noise. This is a different noise.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know, Bennett.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
We're going to get to the
Let's
bottom
get
of
to the
this.
bottom of it
The
during the break.
King's in town.
Yep.
That's what we were trying to say. The King's
Yep.
in town. Jessica Benson's up next.
He's looking for the hot hand. Jared got the step, got the flush. There's no layups on that one.
Electric, rowdy, intense. They bring the same mentality that they bring anywhere into the building. If they were mad about something, they're bringing it in. If they were happy about something, they're bringing it in. So we need all that energy times 1,000.
Justin Timberlake. The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The brand new single Selfish is available to stream and download now. For more, hit up justintimberlake.com.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Grizzlies. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, the can't-miss Memphis-made moments live. Bally Sports keeps the grind going before and after the game, too, with Pete, Brevin, Fish, and Chris on Grizzlies Live. Watch Grizzlies basketball all season long with Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
Real country music with Cody Johnson live Saturday, April 13th at FedEx Forum. Country's best. The Leather Tour with Cody Johnson. With special guest Justin Moore. Also featuring Drake Milligan. VIP and reserve seats on sale at Ticketmaster.com in the FedEx Forum box office. Cody Johnson.
There was some sad news coming out of the WWE. Michael Jones, also known as Virgil, passed away. He's a Virginia Union alum, so he graduated from an HBCU. He got his start in Memphis, right?
Oh, man, you're absolutely right. He started in Memphis in 1985.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle,
with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Jessica Benson is the host of the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. That's weekdays, 8 a.m., Grind City Media. She joins me on Friday. She's here right now. We don't get to see each other in person too much anymore.
I was going to say, it's been so long.
Look at this. How are you? How you been?
Doing great. Great. How are you?
I've been all right. You've been all
Someone
right?
came up to me last
Bennett, teach her about the microphone again.
I just get so excited. and
I've
I
never
can't
seen
do
anybody
anything.
make a living talking on
What
a
an
microphone
idiot.
and every Friday forget to use it.
I saw somebody yesterday, and they came up to me, and they said their favorite part of the week is when you and I talk.
Is that true?
So we're just making weeks.
Is
Dead serious. Dead serious. All right.
so
you and Gary,
there is
favorite part of my week.
There's a person in this world.
Yes.
And their favorite part of their entire
It's
week.
right now.
This is amazing.
We're making dreams
It's the favorite
happen.
part of my week, too.
You know what? Let's make it the favorite part of
my
all our
week,
weeks.
too.
Yay!
Is it the favorite part of your week?
One of them.
It's one of them.
I really like when the week is over and I'm with my husband at home watching The Sopranos.
Well, here's the thing I always think about, because I run into this with Vernon as well.
Yes.
Like mentally, it's like, all right, it's Friday, last week, it's the last show of the week, you know, be careful, be kind, all that stuff. And then it's like, all right, over. But now I got to go do Vernon's show.
Well, don't worry. Tonight, I have to cover the King, LeBron James and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Right.
So my day doesn't end until
I know, but there's
11.
something about like, hey, I'm done talking for the week, you know, in this thing, and then, but no, I'm not. I'm got to go talk to Vernon, and I make you do the exact same thing.
Thank you.
Because you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
But I wonder, like, for our mental health, if we were trying to protect our peace, would it be better to not ask somebody to stay later on Friday just because it feels like they're staying later for the week?
Well, I think you kind of have to get out of the way with it when I'm still done before noon.
That's
like
right.
during the off season, what's my complaint? Oh, done before noon.
I mean, I could always find a complaint.
Well,
I could always find something to complain
if we're really
about.
digging,
Yeah.
sure. Could it not be 11? Could we not shift our shows to be later in the day? Here I go back to trying to get out of the 8 a.m. window of life.
I have no idea if 10 a.m. is a good start time for a show.
I think it's a great start time for a show.
I in terms of like maximizing everything you're trying to
Yeah.
maximize, I am telling you from a quality of life perspective,
yeah.
it's the best. Do you agree, Bennett?
Oh, my God.
From a quality of
Thanks
life
for rubbing it
perspective,
in. Appreciate it.
it's the best because I don't have to get up. I do not have to get up earlier than I
Right.
otherwise would.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas you do.
Sure do.
You have to set an alarm. Like I have to set an alarm because my kids have to get up for school. But like every morning, I'd be getting up anyway at that time. I don't have to get up earlier than I otherwise would. And if I want to be out of here by 11:30 every day, I can. It's
beautiful.
Honestly,
really is beautiful.
Like this time of year, it's fine. But when we would be doing the show on radio, and it would be the fall. I guess the fall is when it gets darker early, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Those were tough. When you walk outside the building and it's pitch black outside, that sucked. I hated that.
Well, you miss every baseball practice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like afternoon golf is like not really a thing anymore. And the other thing I've realized, and I don't know if you're the same way. Tell me if you're the same way. One of the things I realized is that I will take as much time as I have. Period. Like that was my that's the way I went about my job before.
Okay.
So there are times during college basketball season where I'm just going. And I'm never like not prepped for a show. That's irresponsible.
Right.
But are there times during the basketball
That you're better
season?
prepped than others?
Yes, of course,
Absolutely.
right? There are times where I'll take 2 hours to write an entire monologue, and there are other times during the season where I simply don't have time to do that. And I'll more or less say the same things. It'll just be a little cleaner if I'd had time to write it out and put it in a prompt or whatever. But I would always take as much time as I had. Not as much time as I need, but as much time as I had.
Yes.
So when a show starts at 4 o'clock, let's say it's a normal summer day, and I really don't have anything to do today other than prep for that show, I wouldn't go, I only need about 90 minutes or 2 hours to prep for this show so I can do all this other stuff. I would sit down and go, I have a show that starts later today. I've got to work on it. And I would just work on it all day and tinker. Now, like that show starts so much earlier, like 6 hours earlier every day, that at 10 o'clock I got to go. And at no later than noon, it's done every day. So I have less time, but I have enough time I always have enough time, but it's less time, and so I can spend less time on it, and it frees up my days. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I will try, from my perspective, like at the Grizzlies game. Oh, it's a Friday, so yeah, I get to sleep in tomorrow. Hooray! Thank you. Best time of the week. When you ask the best time of the week, it's the Saturday morning when I can sleep.
There you go.
Till 7.
All right.
If the internal body clock doesn't get me up before 7, it's a good day. But I would be at a game, and if a story came by that I thought I might be interested in talking about the next morning on the show, and I had time during a commercial break before I have to do the lead-in on the radio, I'd try to squeeze in like a very quick read and jot down a note, like what I'm thinking about it. So that's my problem, is I feel like I'm constantly jotting down notes for something. But then people ask me, like, do you really have to get up so early for your show? And the way I always describe it for people, yes, from the preparation standpoint, because I'm like you, I'm kind of a psychotic prepper, and I would rather have 8 pages of notes that I don't use than be left with like my pants down on any given morning. But if you had like a big presentation at work, just in a normal business job, and that presentation starts at 10 a.m., what time are you getting up to get ready, to look nice, to be energized, to have everything together? And people will always say, I'd probably get up earlier than normal. I'd get up around like 6. That's the exact same thing. That's why I get up at 4:30.
That's what you're doing every day.
Because otherwise, I'm going to be tired and sluggish.
Right.
And sometimes I'm still tired. But yeah.
Well, there are certainly times where I am tired, I am sluggish, and I am less prepared than I would be, but it's never tied to laziness as much as it's tied to there's only 24 hours in the day, and
sometimes something's got to give.
And like you got to sacrifice somewhere.
Or like I'll be really desperate to get like a run in one afternoon. Like I got to move.
Yeah, like I just one of the big advantages to moving to earlier is that it forces me to start earlier.
Yeah.
I don't have as much time to mess with it. And it's the same show. The same show I do at 10 would be the same show I do at 4.
Make air, not art.
Yeah, but it's just like I because I have less time, I use less time, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But if I had more time, I'd use it, and that would end up being
using more time on work.
It would end up being a waste of time, not a good use of my actual time. So I love 10 a.m.
I've always been that way. I've always been someone who's just able to, like, whatever time you give me, I'll make it work.
Right.
And I just do it because I'd rather not worry about it.
Well,
afterwards, but I will worry about it until it's due. Until a project's due, I'll keep working on it.
That's me exactly. And I'll have these moments during the season where it's like, wake up, do this show, top 25 in 1, I'm prepping for another thing, and then I'm headed straight into studio to do a 30-minute pregame show. And they've sent the rundown, and I haven't even looked at it yet.
Yeah.
And I have this moment where, again, it's not like I'm just like, because I wanted to go play basketball.
No, you were just
I have no time to even look at it. And I'll have this moment where I get overwhelmed, like, oh my God, like this is not normal.
Yeah.
And then I have to remind myself, like I have to trick myself. I have to go, you've been through this before. You get through it every time.
Yeah.
It will be fine. Relax. It'll be fine. Cameras are going to come on. Somebody's going to ask you a question. You're going to answer it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. But I have these moments where I'm like, I can't even, I'm about to walk into a studio and I haven't looked at this.
When I first started the pregame show for the Grizzlies broadcast, like I was so nervous. I'd never done a pregame show, so of course there's a natural like learning how to do something and becoming really comfortable with it. But I would spend so much time prepping for those pregame shows to the point that I would write out every NBA game that was being played that night, because the third block is just filler. What's on the NBA scoreboard tonight, and I would write down every game, and I would write down notes on every single game. Do you know how much time that took? Now pop that sucker up in front of me, and I'm like, well. What do we got going on tonight?
Here's what you find. You could take 30 minutes to prep for that 3-minute segment.
Yeah.
Or you could just do it, and it's probably pretty close to the same.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be okay.
And so sometimes you, I like having less time to prep because I have enough time to prep, and I don't waste a lot of time that I don't need to be wasting. Let's talk basketball.
Okay.
Kings in town.
The King. I said the King, so I was like, Gary, the Lakers.
No, the King. The King. The King. I'm not.
Sorry.
I'm not that clocked out.
The King.
I'm not that clocked out on the NBA season. LeBron James is in town. Is he? For me, I know that Jokic is widely recognized as the greatest player in the world right now, and Joel Embiid is your reigning MVP, and Wemby is the new shiny what in the world are we doing here thing.
Yeah.
I still think the coolest thing in terms of like I want my kids to go see this is LeBron James being inside FedEx Forum. Is that unique to me, or is that still like the biggest?
No, I think him and Steph Curry are the biggest shows in basketball still.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, period. When you see fans, even the last time when the Lakers were here a couple weeks ago, we were filming some video on the concourse, and we needed to find Grizzlies fans, and it should not have been as difficult as it was to find people in Grizzlies jerseys, or don't even be in a Grizzlies jersey, just a non-LeBron James, a non-Los Angeles Lakers piece of clothing.
Right.
Like it is wild how people come through in droves in Lakers gear or in Warriors gear when Steph is here. And you see it from how people arrive early. They want to see warm-ups. They want to be entranced in everything that those two particularly have. And LeBron is special. It's the closest thing we have to the absolute of this is our greatest of all time. We don't have to get into a GOAT debate. I know he's your king.
It's my king.
He is a king.
He's a king.
But you have a chance to watch one of the greatest of all time. And I think there's a healthy level of respect and just excitement, and it brings a different kind of energy. And we'll feel it tonight. The Grizzlies have 15 people on the injury report, and there will still be a boatload of fans at FedEx Forum.
Yeah, like my kids, they're on a field trip right now, and their mother's with them. And she texted me a minute ago, and she was like, the boys are really excited about tonight. You know, they're excited.
Mm-hmm.
They go to basketball games, you know, but like they're excited not to just be going to a game. They're excited to go see LeBron James.
Yeah.
And like, because he is the type of athlete in this country where even if you're not a basketball fan, everybody knows who LeBron James is.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's famous beyond.
He's celebrity.
Yeah.
He's a who. I listen to this pop culture podcast, and they separate people to the who's and the thems.
Right.
He's a them technically. Like everyone knows who LeBron
All right, walk
James
me through that then.
is.
Explain to me how
I'm
that
too new to the
works.
podcast. Let me have another week on it and figure it out exactly. I'm still trying to figure it out completely. I was correct the first time. The who's are people that everybody knows.
Okay.
Very hooey.
Mhm.
LeBron James is a who.
I agree.
And a them is people that only people who are like super psychotically involved in pop culture would know.
Okay,
Or,
so
like the Real Housewives. I know nothing about the Real
So
Housewives.
LeBron James is a who.
Yeah.
And Tom Sandoval is a them. Would you agree with that? He's kind of a
I
who.
would say he's kind of a who.
He's moved to a kind of a who.
And Ariana Maddox is more of a who.
She's kind of a who now.
Yeah, because I don't. Again, someone who does not revolve around that
But you
world.
still know, like, I don't watch
I
that
watched that one episode. It almost pulled me in.
So I've never watched the show,
Mhm.
but I know those people.
Yes.
So that makes them a who.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
I think in the NBA,
So someone who doesn't watch sports
Yeah.
at all, doesn't watch basketball, doesn't spend their free time losing their minds like the rest of us.
Okay.
They know who LeBron James is.
Who would you say it is in the league besides him and Steph? I think KD.
Kevin Durant.
I don't think so. I think a lot of my friends would not. I think they would generally have an idea, but there would at least be a couple.
I think everybody knows KD.
I think that's it.
Like KD is in.
I think
KD's
that's
like
it.
in
I want to do an experiment now. Now I'm
Let's
curious.
experiment. Feel free to experiment. KD's like in rap songs.
Yeah.
Like SZA has a KD reference.
Yep.
That's kind of like KD, I think, fits.
And he's kind of generational now at this point. Like,
LeBron, Steph, KD. Is that it?
honestly, I think that's it.
Can Giannis crack it?
I think it's because he's with the Bucks, right? Like I think if Giannis would have been with a different team at any point, like a different market, maybe.
He is so unique, though. I think when you have a kitschy nickname, it helps. Like
Giannis,
if you said, do you know who the Greek freak
he
is?
might be
Someone
there.
would have
Yeah.
a level of, oh, he plays basketball.
Even casuals would know that he won a championship. I
We
mean, you pay
were-
attention to the NBA Finals. Like
We were getting
everyone
there
does.
with Ja.
I agree
Truly.
with that.
Like, I went to a wedding, and I was shocked. A West Coast wedding. And the number of people who asked me about Ja Morant was fascinating to me.
Ja was on track to get there for
Mhm.
sure. Because like even if you remember the one video where he's like at a diner or a some sort of restaurant, and the woman was like, she didn't know who he was. She's the server. She was an older woman, but this is I think highlights your point. She did not know who he was.
Mhm.
She didn't recognize him, but she was able to pick up on some context clues of this guy must be important or famous
Yeah.
or rich or something. And she says, I don't have the video in front of me, but she says something along the lines of like, so what do you do? And he says, I play basketball. And she says, for who? And he says, the Grizzlies. And she says, are you that?
Yeah.
And she like,
Oh.
you must then be,
Right.
are you that guy?
Mhm.
I don't even know if she could put that, but like she knew that somebody significant played for the Grizzlies. He was starting to break through there a little bit. He'll get it
Yeah.
back.
When we were in Italy on our honeymoon, there was a jersey store, and they only had 4 NBA jerseys, and it was LeBron, Steph, Luka, and Ja.
There you go.
Those were the only 4 you
How
could get.
about that? How about this? I had one. I didn't expect this one a few years ago. We were in Greece.
Okay.
And like,
Did you go to the Giannis store at the airport?
No.
The Antetokounmpo store?
I don't believe we did.
Oh my God, it's the coolest store that exists in any airport.
We might have.
Wait, what?
No, you would know. You would absolutely
I don't remember
have
going
memories.
to
Yes,
it.
it's called the Antetokounmpos.
What is
Jonathan
it?
and his
Just
brothers.
their
It's their
stuff.
Yeah, their brand.
Well, that's fine.
And they sell all Milwaukee. They just show videos rolling over and over of the Bucks winning the championship.
So
it's incredible.
So we were in Greece and we had to get tested before we could come back home.
Oh, those times.
Yeah, it was those times.
Those times.
Oh, buddy, they had a racket going. So they send you to this resort.
Mm-hmm.
They don't send you. I guess you book it, you know?
Yeah.
And you end up at this resort, and you had to, at the time, to re-enter the United States, you had to have a negative COVID test.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like on vacation, and like you're going to leave so the resort would have a thing set up.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, hey, you know, if you need a negative test,
We've got tests. Would you like a test?
yes, it was really like that. And they were like, we got a guy coming through, but it was like $150 per person cash.
Oh.
It was one of those
come
deals.
on.
What are your options?
Yeah, you're going to do it. You don't want to waste your vacation. What are you going to go? Wait in a line?
What are you going to do?
Wait in a line.
You're going to go get in a car and travel through Athens or Santorini to find a doctor and wait in the line. And
no, thank you.
In that moment, handing over $300 cash
Here you go.
seems like the most reasonable thing you can do. And so this doctor shows up. He's a young guy, beautiful assistant. I mean, it's straight out of a movie. And he's just collecting cash. And it's like, here's $300. And he goes, and it's like they're not even, and here's the thing you find out, like they barely swab you.
Right.
All right. And you know why? The last thing they want
is you to be stuck at
That's
the
right.
resort.
They don't want you testing
like a-
positive. So you need a
Plus,
negative.
it just gives them a bad rap, right?
do you
Yeah, plus it
remember the
inflates their
first
numbers
time-
and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
Like the first time you got really swabbed.
Oh, yeah. That was
Oh
a different
my God,
deal.
that was horrifying.
That's when they were trying to really find out something.
Yes.
This fella in Greece wasn't trying to find out nothing.
quick-
All right. He just wanted my $300 cash. So anyway, just picture like five stupid American couples with a bunch of cash. All right. This guy made like $5,000
In an instant.
in 20 minutes
Amazing.
cash. All right. So anyway, this is my point. So I had something on that. I don't even know if I had something on. I think we just got to talking while we were waiting on the doctor. It's like, where are you from? And they were like, oh, we're from Dallas. And they were like, where are you from? I said, oh, we're from Memphis. You know what the guy said?
John Morant.
You expect John Morant or Elvis or barbecue. You know what the guy
where are we
said?
going?
This is what the guy said. This will be the time he goes, heard you guys just got Imani Bates.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Serious?
I said, I didn't expect to hear Imani Bates. I didn't expect you to drop an Imani.
TBT.
I didn't think Memphis was going to trigger Imani Bates.
Wow.
But that's where we were.
So there's someone
crazy.
in Greece who was devastated how the Monty
Didn't
Bates
work.
era went in Memphis.
Didn't work out so well.
Oh.
No.
Didn't work out so well.
And then he's on the sidelines dancing at the last Grizzlies game when the Cavs are beating our ass.
Yeah.
Hey.
Life comes at you fast.
It sure
Yep,
does.
yep.
You know, it sure does. It sure does. So the Kings in town tonight.
Yeah.
Questionable. Are you
He'll
unconcerned?
play. I'm unconcerned.
He's got to play.
He
It's an
has to
important
play.
game.
He has
It's
to
actually an
play.
important game for them.
That's the thing. You get the Lakers and the Nuggets with important games.
Right.
Like, no one's sitting. I don't think he's sitting.
So you
Let's see
could
it.
on the
Yeah.
final weekend of the regular season. You get to see a
They
king.
want home court.
You get to see a king and a Jokic. What more do you want in life?
What more could you ask for? And Timmy Allen.
What? And Timmy Allen.
Timmy
Damn
Allen.
right.
Can we put some respect on Timmy Allen's name? I'm sick of the disrespect
My man.
for the pride of Mesa, Arizona.
My man got all them question marks.
Yeah.
Well-
it was rude.
Well, it was just an error. I don't think it was rude as much
It
as
was a bit. It was absolute. Have you seen the video?
You thought it was a bit.
You haven't seen the video.
I saw the graphic.
It was a bit.
No,
It
I
was-
saw the
it was a
video on your. I
purposeful
saw the
bit.
video on your show. You and CJ
Yeah.
played it yesterday.
It was a bit.
You thought it was a bit.
Yes.
Did
They
you
were,
think
and
it was
I
a bit?
Actually, I was listening to Kelce was on the Vernon show yesterday, and she said she talked to someone on the broadcast, and it was like they were trying to make fun of their analyst never knows people, like never does his homework.
Okay.
So they were trying to like
I didn't.
get him, but
But those
come
graphic
on.
errors do. Those graphic errors
They
do happen all
which
the time.
is why you would imagine okay, but it's usually not 800 question marks. Usually they use X's instead of question marks.
But I will tell
know
you
your
this.
graphics history.
I will tell you this. Sometimes I'll be writing things
Mm-hmm.
out and making notes, like, for a script or whatever, and it'll be like final score, Lakers X, Grizzlies X.
I do that all the time.
And, and I know LeBron James finished with X, X, X. And then, and then you forget to go back in.
Yes.
I have been like in the middle of a show and been like, final, I'm looking at it, like final score. I forgot to update it. Lakers, big win over the, you just smooth.
Back to the prep. I'll like write my opener for the show.
Right.
But be like, Grizzlies, question.
So I just assumed that was just filler. It was just filler because they were just a graphic error.
No, they used Timmy Allen from their senseless comedy.
Well, somebody's going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Somebody should
Timmy
have to pay
Allen's
for
going to
that.
make them pay.
Somebody should have to pay for that.
They'll pay for it in the playoffs.
So, yeah, they'll pay for it in the playoffs like they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always do. So it should be a fun night in FedEx Forum. You're expecting a fun night in FedEx Forum.
Define fun.
I'm trying to get you pumped up for a Friday night in FedEx Forum.
You know what? Last Friday, it was the Detroit Pistons in FedEx Forum.
See?
So by comparison.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
It'll be a fun night in FedEx Forum.
It's not every night a Kings inside FedEx Forum.
Not every night. No.
Bennett says they don't even stay at the Westin anymore.
Gigi Jackson?
And Gigi
Wait,
Jackson.
where do they stay?
They stay at the Hyatt, don't they?
Are they at the high? I don't know. They're all over the place.
They're all
remember?
over. Yeah, it bounces
There's
around.
no
It's secret now.
uniformity. Yeah.
It's top secret now. That's why I was worried about getting in trouble for saying it.
It's now a secret where
Some
people
are the
stay?
Peabody, some are the Hyatt, some
it's
are the
a
Westin.
it's a secret.
Do you have a preference? Do you have a favorite Memphis hotel? Do you know where you would like to sleep?
thanks for reminding me.
Do
Someone
you know
asked
where you would
me.
like to lie your head down?
I've never stayed
Y'all
at
are
a Memphis hotel outside of. I lived in the Residence Inn when I first moved here for like 2 weeks.
Down
which
there
was a
by
great
Court or
time.
whatever?
Yeah, I was the Eloise.
I've
of
stayed
the
in that Residence Inn.
It's a good Residence Inn.
Y'all are staying
It
at
was
Bass
nice.
Pro?
Oh yeah, that was my 30th
never-
birthday present. Oh my God, you have
Dude,
to.
the Bass Pro.
I've never walked inside the Bass Pro. I've never been there.
Oh,
I've
what
never
is
been
it?
inside
Big
the Bass Pro.
Cypress?
You've never been to the Bass Pro Shop?
Never been inside.
The world's largest Bass Pro Shop.
Roser went for the first time yesterday.
Who are you? Every time I have a guest in town,
Never been.
I pay for their trip up to the tippity-toppity of the world's largest freestanding elevator. I hear the story about how the guy convinced the dude to open the Bass Pro Shop in the pyramid, and then we get to the top and we overlook the great city of Memphis. And
I've never
sometimes
done
we
it.
have an overpriced drink.
That Big Cypress Lodge is
shocked.
nice, bro.
You
It
think I
is
should go to
nice,
the Big Cypress Lodge?
but it's a really bizarre experience because you're inside. It's all insulated,
Yep.
so your windows are looking into the Bass Pro Shop. So the store closes at night, but they still have all the twinkle lights. It's like Disneyland. You feel like you're in Frontierland.
What if, because you see this thing, there was a
They also have
Travis.
a spa. I got a massage there. Yes, and a facial.
Getting a massage at a Bass Pro is kind of wild. You would
It
admit
was my
that,
30th
right?
birthday. Chris blindfolded me. It's a great story. Yeah, it got crazy. Chris put a blindfold on me. He said he had a surprise. And he
Okay.
drove me around Memphis.
Okay.
So to insinuate that we were leaving the city of Memphis.
Sure.
And then right as we drove under the like Sportsman's Paradise sign, he was like, take your blindfold off. And it was like, Princess, this is Genovia.
Well, that was sweet.
It was
That's cool.
awesome.
It's the thought that counts.
It was one of my favorite birthdays.
Of course.
It was incredible.
They give a good massage at the Bass
Yeah,
Pro.
it was good.
You got to get over there, dude.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel nostalgic about just being in that building again.
I wonder how you decide I'm going to be a massage therapist at a Bass Pro. I wonder how that happens.
I gotta say,
I'm
best
sure they
massage.
solicit 'em.
I get no money for this. The Peabody Feather Spa, from a downtown massage perspective, is top tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they do a downtown
I've
living
never
discount.
gotten a massage.
You've never had a massage?
Never in my life.
I love massage.
I had one and I hated it.
Why?
I don't like people touching.
You don't
me.
like getting naked for strangers?
No, I enjoyed that throughout my life.
Mm.
I had a good time with that once upon a time. But no, I don't like being touched.
Oh.
No, I mean, there's no way to
I
talk
know,
about this
I
without
know.
being. I'm not trying
This
to
is
be weird.
a masseuse.
No, you
thing.
can be
Yeah.
weird.
I'm
Get
like,
weird.
I'm
I got
going
a
out of my way
massage.
right now to not be weird.
Get weird.
Okay, here's the weirdest thing I could say.
Okay.
I was getting a massage, and I had never had somebody touch me in that way without them touching me in that way. And I couldn't quite balance. It was like
Get away from it.
It was like, where is this going? And I kept having to go, well, it's going nowhere. They're just giving me a massage. And I was like, well, this is kind of weird, though. I just didn't like the whole thing. I was uncomfortable.
Oh.
I didn't like it. One time, I've never had a massage again.
Yeah.
I had this amazing.
Why are you smiling so
yeah,
big,
you're
Chris?
I
being
just
weird.
the way that you say that, I'm like that. I feel like that's how the experience would go.
Right.
I like have massages across my life that I still think about to this. Like I'm like I wonder where that
Whoa.
masseuse is now. Yeah.
Do you prefer a man or a woman masseuse, or does it matter?
Usually I actually like a woman masseuse, but there's no non-douchey way to say this. There's a Newport Beach, I think it's the Newport Beach Marriott.
Okay.
And
I've
there's
been in
this
there.
guy who gave massages there, and they were like top
tier.
And you and
so
your
much so that I was talking to the woman who ran the Rose Bowl media side for years one day. It was like, I'm going down to Newport to get a massage at my favorite place. I was, is it the Newport Marriott?
And you would know his name?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I forget his name now. He was...
But he had a reputation.
Yeah, he had a reputation.
Newport's nice.
People knew him.
It was incredible.
People knew him
Yeah.
as the top masseuse.
Yeah.
And
but
you were-
I've experimented across
and you were
the board.
requesting, was he a good-looking fella?
Of course. He was. But you don't think about it that way.
Do you really not?
No, I really did not.
Nobody
I was
ever
just like,
does?
oh my God, this man
Not
is
even
make
one
my
of your
back
friends?
feel like
Not even one of your
best
friends
thing
was ever
ever.
like, let's call him Tommy.
Mhm.
Man, if Tommy ever tried to get wild, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the
No.
world.
That's why I could never.
No,
Nobody
you
ever said that to you?
Respect the craft.
You have to
Most of us
respect the
don't
craft?
operate out here like Deshaun Watson. We respect the craft.
I respect the craft.
I respect the craft. I had a massage here last year where I showed up and I did not know what I was getting into. She walked on my back. It was a
Walked on your back?
massage with her feet.
A woman put her
Yes.
feet on your back.
Yes.
You comfortable with that?
I haven't been back.
Yeah.
I liked it in the moment. I convinced myself.
What if this fella
I'd like a
Tommy
good
out
old-fashioned
in Newport
massage.
wanted to put his feet on your back? You'd be more open to that?
I don't know. It feels like he would have weighed a lot more than the woman who was doing the foot on my back massage, and like that would be uncomfortable.
Think Tommy's still working?
I hope so for the women of Newport.
I do too. Isn't that amazing?
It was great.
I don't know if I could respect the craft.
You don't respect the craft.
That's why I've never done a massage. The mental of being able to like separate what's going on, like you said, like
I struggle with it.
Like I never had somebody touch me that way before.
Right. I
You know,
struggle with
like
I think of it as like a means to an end in a different way.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to feel better. Like I carry so much tension in my neck and my shoulders, and I will leave feeling like I'm walking on a cloud.
The entire time, I could not stop thinking, I think she's about to do it.
Oh, you're not gonna. So
I
I get
kept thinking
massages
that the
like
whole
really
time.
deep tissue.
But I knew
So, like,
deep
they're-
down she
they're
wasn't.
painful.
No.
But I kept thinking she might.
No.
It was weird.
Yep.
No.
I was conflicted. I was uncomfortable the whole time.
That's why I'm scared to do
This
it.
is fascinating.
That's
Well,
why
just
I'm
think
scared
about
to
it.
do
I'm
it.
trying to think.
Just think about it.
It's
If
like
you
I get more massages that I would say I don't have science to back this. I think women get more massages than men.
I would assume that's true.
And I'm wondering if it's because men can't. Like my husband doesn't love getting massages. Like we've done 2 couples massages, and he's been like, "They're fine,
They're there.
they're fine," and I'm like, "Oh,
And
that
then
just made my day."
And then at some places they do it.
That's the
so how do
problem.
you know?
How do you know where
yeah,
you're at?
How do you know where
How do
you
you
are?
know where you
Most
are?
places do not.
Exactly.
But how do you know?
I mean, I think
the assumption is not.
like I don't think they're doing it at Feathers. So let me be clear.
But what if they were?
No, they ain't doing
No,
it there.
I want that
Too
Feather
upscale.
sponsorship. Give
Too
me the
upscale.
Feather sponsorship.
Too upscale.
But no, that's the thing. How do you know?
I don't think you got to worry about that at
Word
Feathers.
of mouth.
Who do you even talk to about such things?
Wasn't that the Robert Kraft situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all knew. That was the spot.
That's the spot.
That's the spot.
No, there's places like around here that
How you know?
No.
I,
yeah, how
trust
do you
me,
know?
I know.
don't know.
John, you can't
know so
implicate
much?
me. I've never had a massage. I'm saying I know.
How you know?
I can't believe you've
I've been
never
told.
had
Who told you?
I don't want to disclose my sources, but there's places around here that do that kind of stuff.
Who?
I can't say. I don't want to say it in
Yeah,
this
you can't out
microphone. No,
them.
I can't out them. That's like there's like
All my
they could
friends
go to
know Kevin
jail.
Durant.
See, I
All
thought
of
so.
them.
Didn't the Robert Kraft lady go to jail? Like she got in trouble.
Yeah, he got. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Kraft
it's
didn't go
tough
to
out
jail.
there.
He got
Yeah.
out of it, didn't he?
No, but they all got arrested. I saw their mugshots.
They
I
blew,
think.
they
yeah.
blew their spot up.
Yeah, they blew their spot up.
But
Yeah.
I'm with you, Bennett. How do you know? How do you know? Because Jessica, you're not thinking about this from our perspective. Bennett and I, the only time we've ever been touched in our whole lives, it was in a certain type of setting. Nobody else is just touching us for no reason. Nobody else is just trying to loosen up our muscles. So we're conditioned.
Right.
We're conditioned to think
Nurture over nature.
if somebody's hands are on us in this way, oh, I know what's coming next.
Yeah.
And so you could never quite get that out of your head.
Tough.
I struggled.
Have you ever had a pedicure?
Yes, I didn't like it.
Have you ever had a pedicure?
No,
I
haven't had a lot of self
You just
care in
don't
my
like-
life.
Bennett, I don't know if you're taking care of yourself. The way you
Not
should.
really, not. I hadn't had a lot of self care.
I felt like that she was tickling my
Have
feet.
you ever gone to therapy?
Now that I probably should explore.
I'm ticklish.
That was my favorite part when they're like, "Are you ticklish?" And I'm like, "Kind of," and then they start rubbing, and I'm like,
I'm very ticklish.
Me too. That's
So
like
I
my
didn't
least
like that
favorite
part.
But I love the calf again, back to the massage. I love the calf massage involved in a pedicure. I don't get pedicures as much.
I never knew where that
recently became
I
a
didn't
male
know where that
person.
pedicure was going, if I'm being honest.
It's true.
I didn't know where they were trying to take that thing.
It's true.
I ain't never had somebody rub on my feet like
Your
that.
clothes are on at a pedicure.
How does it get weird at that kind of place?
Yeah.
They just put your foot in their mouth.
Yes. I thought she was going to suck my foot. I thought she was going to put my foot in her mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't know what she was into.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know. It's none of my business.
She's about to start sucking my toes. Yep. Yep.
What? See, you don't know.
That's why I stay away.
They have pedicure places where they're like full of fish, like in certain Asian countries, and I think they have them in some places here. But they're fish, and they eat all the dead skin off your feet. Like the process is literally just putting your feet in these fish.
Why would you even?
Bowls.
Is that fun to do?
I don't know. I've never
Oh, I
done it.
wanted to do
wanna
the fish thing. Yeah, the fish thing looks interesting.
They did it in
The fish thing looks cool.
Oh God, why can't I think of the Cate Blanchett movie where she's the conductor?
I don't
know.
Tar.
Oh yeah. I saw Tar.
Yeah, they did that at the end of Tar.
It was
It was
disturbing.
my most recent reminder that I want to try the fish pedicure thing at some point in time.
Nicole Auerbach posted one thing one time. She was in New York, and I meant to bookmark it or something, and and then I forgot, and so
Okay.
now I should just ask her. That would be the easiest thing to do.
Sure, or we could just talk about it right
would
now.
just be ask her. But it was something where she like posted a video, and it was they beat your face up.
Wait, I'm sorry.
They beat your face up.
Yeah.
What?
No.
It was something about they were beating her face up.
She's on TV.
I know. I mean, not
Okay,
like,
wait.
not like Trevor Bauer. It's not like Trevor Bauer.
Well, and it's not
allegedly.
like women are getting punched in the face in New York. I'm going to New York in 2 weeks, and I'm a little concerned. It's a trend to just go up and punch women in the face.
That's
it's all
crazy.
over TikTok.
Isn't that wild?
Wild, but this is not that. This is like
No.
you're paying somebody
To really beat you up.
Well, don't you think it's just like a facial?
Maybe.
Facials are concerning too.
It seemed a little more violent than that.
Hold on.
I remember being
New York
oddly
City
intrigued by it.
Beat.
I remember being oddly
face.
intrigued. Like, I might like somebody to beat my face up like that. I think I might like that.
People are into getting beat up. People are into getting beat up.
We don't kink shame
Yeah.
everybody. You're sticking, wondering if someone's gonna suck your toes during a pedicure.
Okay, Betty.
You're talking about
I think
someone up in the face.
I think there's a market for that.
There might be.
Sucking toes.
A pedicure where they suck your toes at the end.
Would you be into that?
I wouldn't personally be into it, but I feel like
If I bought you a gift card, but it was like they're gonna suck your feet, you would do that.
I wouldn't do that. Like I'm not into that. I don't want anybody.
You wouldn't get your foot
No.
sucked.
I wouldn't get my foot sucked.
Have
but-
you ever had your foot sucked?
No.
Oh my God.
Never. No. I'm not into feet.
mean
I'm not into the feet.
You're not a
thing.
feet sucker?
No. I'm not into the feet
I'm not
thing
either.
at all. Not into the feet thing at all.
I
But
appreciate feet. I'd rather you have them than not.
yes.
And
You know?
I'd rather like have cute feet. Like my husband thinks I have cute feet, but he's not like a foot guy. Thank God.
Do you think you have cute feet?
Yeah, I have adorable feet. I could sell my feet.
You could sell your feet.
I think so.
You
Like,
could
not
start a-
like cut them off and sell them. I mean, like photos of the feet.
You could do an OnlyFans on your feet.
Hell yeah.
How about that? Have
But
you
I
considered
would
it?
never do it.
You wouldn't.
No, because it's
You
too
respect your feet
connected.
because you
Well, I
respect
would-
your feet.
Bro.
No, I absolutely
You don't
don't.
respect your
If
feet.
I could sell pictures of my feet and it would never come back to me, like nobody would ever know Jessica Benson of.
Well, couldn't you do
Media.
that? Isn't that possible?
I don't think so.
I think it's possible.
I don't know.
I mean, Shohei did a whole gambling thing. Nobody ever caught him.
I think a part of the selling of the feet is knowing who the feet came from.
Is it?
Probably. I don't know. I've never explored this corner of the internet.
Yeah. People are wild about feet, though.
They are. I
Not
had
my
a man
thing.
when I was in local news. I had a man who would message me constantly saying that he would buy me any pair of shoes, the most expensive shoes, like Louboutins, Gucci, whatever I wanted. I just had to take a picture of the shoe. I never took him up on it.
Are you
I
ever
think about
tempted
it
to, though?
often.
Because it seems harmless. Like, I could get these brand new pair of shoes.
Yeah, but then I didn't want him to know my address. I didn't want to communicate back to him.
That makes sense.
He was creepy.
Yeah.
But-
I mean,
but yes,
just by
there is, like,
definition,
a
if you're
small
DMing
temptation
people you don't know
Right.
and asking them for a
Yeah.
feet, like that's kind of you're like
kinda
it's kind of creepy, like just kind of wild.
Like, don't do. Word to the wise.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
that.
Well, I'm glad you survived that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bennett.
What would be more fun, going and getting your toe sucked, or seeing the King tonight at FedEx Forum?
For me
For
personally,
you personally.
seeing the King.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I would rather see the King than have my foot sucked.
There you go. It's that simple.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
same. All right, Jess, I appreciate
That's a
it.
good place to
All
end.
right.
That's a good place to end
All
right there.
let's-
There it is.
look, hey, wait, just think about this. We just made somebody's day.
Sure did.
I'm not sure how. Not
know?
sure how, but
some way, someone out there
right.
really appreciates it.
Well, we appreciate them, don't we?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That's Jessica Benson. She'll be back in studio 8 o'clock on Monday with CJ Hurt. We come back, turn our attention to anything else.
Something. We'll talk about something else.
We'll talk about something else next.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
I wondered so much when I was watching it how much of it was to prove I am not this guy's little brother.
Oh, for Powell? I still remember the song you made about Powell. That was you, right? That was yours.
No. It's deleted. It's gone forever.
I still remember, Mark,
I
was back in
Spain.
Mistakes. I was about to make a couple calls down in Fraser. I'm like, go get this, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, live weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
He's looking for the hot hand. Jaron got the step, got the flush. There's no layups on that one.
Electric, rowdy, intense. They bring the same mentality that they bring anywhere into the building. If they were mad about something, they're bringing it in. If they were happy about something, they're bringing it in. So we need all that energy times 1,000.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's OrthoSouth at orthosouth.org. Now, you got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Kentucky has replaced John Calipari with BYU coach Mark Pope. Oh, it's not that popular.
It doesn't sound like it.
It's not that popular. After being turned down by Scott Drew and Dan Hurley, Mitch Barnhart, the Kentucky athletic director, turned his attention to Mark Pope, a former UK Wildcat who was a member of the 1996 Wildcats, won a national championship with Rick Pitino as his coach. And reportedly, Billy Donovan was interested, but the University of Kentucky didn't want to wait for Billy Donovan's season to end with the Chicago Bulls, even though Billy Donovan's season with the Chicago Bulls is likely to end next week. Bennett, mistake or not a mistake to hire Mark Pope now because you didn't want to wait on Billy Donovan to at least next week?
I mean, I kind of lean. I don't know if it's a mistake. You got a former Wildcat. The guy has, in fairness to him, the guy has won in one of the toughest leagues in the country. Kind of. But the NCAA.
9 years as a head coach, no conference championships, no NCAA tournament wins. But to your point, did just take BYU to a 5th-place finish in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Got a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament. He did a good job at BYU this season.
So, do I think he's going to come in and them just be bad? No, I bet they're competitive next season in the SEC. I don't know if they're an NCAA tournament team, but I bet, with him as their coach, they're going to be a decent college basketball team next year because he'll get some of his guys, and he's a pretty good coach. But yes, I think that they should have waited. You talked about this yesterday. It's not a hire that your fan base is going to get crazy about, even as a former alum. Like, it's just not a hire that your fan base, the Kentucky fan base, is going to get super fired up about. It's just not.
Well, they're not.
Yeah.
And it's one thing if you know that Billy Donovan will not take your job. So waiting on Billy Donovan isn't even an option. But the reporting is that Billy Donovan was open to listening. And common sense just tells you he should have been open to listening.
Yeah, what if he gets fired?
I mean, he could be fired in a week.
Right.
Or if he's not, he will enter next season with real job pressure. He's been in Chicago now 4 years.
Right.
This is year 4. He's missed the playoffs twice, never won a playoff series, and is about to finish in the play-in. Odds are they'll lose in the play-in at some point, and then that'll be that. Guys like that get fired. And if he comes back and does a 5th year of similar stuff, he definitely will get fired.
Yep.
So the thing some Kentucky fans, I guess, couldn't quite grasp as I was trotting this stuff out there is that, because you would hear this all the time, well, he's already turned us down twice. What do you want to do? Let him turn us down again? Yeah, well, he turned you down twice under different circumstances. And by the way, just because somebody turns you down once doesn't mean they'll turn you down again later. I've turned down jobs before, and then you know what? Turn around and accepted them years later. I've done that.
Right.
Hey, you want this job? Not right now. I don't know if this is right now for me. Fast forward a few years. Hey, we'd like to talk to you again. Okay, let's talk. Now it makes more sense. Let's do this. I've done that. So why wouldn't he do that? And by the way, his situations are vastly different. The first time you tried to hire him, he was the head coach at the University of Florida. He had won national championships at Florida. It was very hard for him to walk away from that to go to a school in the same league when his legacy was so intact at Florida. All right? Once upon a time, he was in the NBA coaching Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. Well, how do you walk away from that? I mean, that's one of the best jobs in the league. He coached in the NBA Finals. That's not what jobs he has anymore. He's not the coach at Florida right now.
Right.
He's not the coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook right now. You know what he is? He's the coach of a mediocre Eastern Conference team that seems to be going nowhere. And if he's mediocre again next season, he'll be fired.
Yeah, and if you're a Kentucky fan and you look up in 2 years and he's like killing it at Georgia or Missouri or somewhere like that, you're sick. I mean, you're just sick. We could have probably had this guy.
I think they could have had him.
Yeah.
I think they could have had him. All they had to do was wait. Because it wouldn't, like if you were advising Billy Donovan, you might advise him when he was at Florida. You don't want to ruin your legacy at Florida to go be the head coach at Kentucky. Just keep doing what you're doing at Florida. Plus, your dream is to go to the NBA anyway. So don't damage your legacy at Florida by going to Kentucky. Just when you leave Florida, make sure it's for the NBA because that's where you want to be anyway. That's the way you would advise him in that moment, right? Hey, college basketball's calling again, but you're the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got Kevin Durant, you got Russell Westbrook, you got some of the young future Hall of Famers. Like, this is a good spot. Don't give this up. That's the way you would advise him. You know what I would advise him right now? Billy, here's your options. You can come back next year and get a year 5 in Chicago. Roster is going to be about what it is. You're not going to be a factor in the East, not like the Celtics, not like the Sixers, not like anybody else. You're just going to be you can maybe, if things go really well, you'll finish 6th in the East. If things go poorly, you'll miss the playoffs. And odds are you will get fired after next year. That's option 1. If you want to keep that option, you can have it. Option 2 is walk away from this right now, go to Kentucky, be one of the highest paid coaches in college basketball, have one of the best NIL packages in college basketball, and you don't have to recruit the way you used to recruit. You just have to use this NIL money to go out and buy the best team you can buy each and every year. When those are the 2 options on the table, which one's more appealing? It's not even close to me.
No, it's not close.
I think they could have got him if they'd have just waited. And I know that by waiting, you might have lost a player here or there or missed out on a player here or there. But Mark Pope is not going to keep this recruiting class. That recruiting class is going to go to Arkansas with John Calipari.
And because there's a coaching change, your fan base is already probably assuming you're not like going to have this amazing season next year. You got a little bit of goodwill there.
The fan base would be more excited having a mediocre first season under Billy Donovan than they will then they'll be excited having a kind of good year in year one under Mark Pope.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have always had year two and the rest of it with Billy Donovan going forward. It doesn't mean that Mark Pope won't be good at Kentucky. I think any coach that's competent would be good at Kentucky. It's hard to lose there. Very easy to win.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine. But if Mitch Barnhart can tell me Billy Donovan did not want our job and there was nothing we could do to get him, then I understand. But I don't think that's the truth. I think they just decided we're not waiting on him. So we got to move now. And moving now, I think, is a mistake. Mark Pope might go on to be just fine. I think that he will. But if the only reason you didn't end up with Billy Donovan is because you weren't willing to wait a week or so, that seems short-sighted to me.
Yeah.
That seems short-sighted.
Number 2.
Houston's Jamal Shead has announced that he's entering the NBA draft and foregoing his remaining college eligibility. He had that extra COVID year, like everybody else who played in the 2020-21 season, to use if he wanted to. And given that he's not a lot to be picked, I thought he might come back to school. And that's why I projected him back at Houston. And with him back at Houston, the Cougars were going to return 7 of their top 8 scorers from last season's team that was a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. I had them number 1 in the top 25 and 1. You lose Jamal Shead. He's not just your best player. He's like your best defensive player. He's your leader.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still be good. I've got Houston. I dropped them to number 3. But I moved North Carolina up to number 1 based on a roster projection of R.J. Davis and Harrison Ingram both coming back. Duke, now number 2, with Tyrese Proctor announcing he's coming back for his junior year. And Houston, I dropped down to number 3 with the loss of Jamal Shead. So even with the loss of Shead, they'll be good. But that probably did cost them a preseason number 1 ranking. We'll see.
Number 3.
Travis and Jason Kelce took their podcast to Fifth Third Arena on campus at Cincinnati last night, where, of course, they played college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
College football,
he
rather.
Graduated, right?
Yeah, So big live audience.
Mm-hmm.
So now they can fill up basketball arenas with a podcast.
How about that?
How about that? Good for them.
And I don't even know if it's just the Taylor Swift effect with him. I think people like them together. They did before he was with Taylor.
Yeah, but the Taylor Swift thing,
it's boosted it.
Like undeniably.
Yeah.
But then you know what that does? It boosts it initially, but then that will fade if if the content's
not good, yeah.
if people don't like you. You know, anybody with a microphone can do anything to get people to pay attention for a minute, but how do you hold folks? Well, then you gotta be able to hold folks.
Mm-hmm.
They clearly can. So what the Taylor Swift thing did is just expose them to a much larger audience. And then people clearly got there and was like, I like this. This is fun.
Yeah.
I like these guys. They seem to like each other. They both seem like decent people. They laugh and joke around, don't seem to take themselves too seriously. And now they've got this podcast where they can sell tickets and fill up arenas. Like, you do start to wonder, often football players play football because that's the only thing they can do,
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else am I going to do? I'm going to play football. I don't have anything else to do.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens to you when you can do whatever you want? Like these Kelce brothers, both of them can do whatever they want.
Yep.
Like Jason Kelce can work with CBS tomorrow if he wants to.
He's at freaking WrestleMania.
Oh, and did you see the reports?
Yeah.
WWE wants him back.
Yeah.
All right. If Jason Kelce wants to work at CBS, he can tomorrow, or ESPN, or Amazon, or anywhere else. There's like a bidding war going on right now for Jason Kelce. And Travis Kelce, like if he wants to be a movie star, a television star, a reality show star, whatever he wants to be, he can be it. So what you really do if you're a Chiefs fan have to start wondering, is all of this fame and celebrity and his ability to flourish in different entertainment roles, is that going to make his football career shorter than it otherwise would be? Because when you are dating a billionaire and in incredible demand from the entertainment industry, like there are representatives right now telling Travis Kelce, what do you want to do with your life? Because you can do anything you want right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be an actor? Do you want a reality show? Do you just want to focus on this podcast? Do you want to host a game show? What do you want to do with your life? You can do anything you want to do. It could make you really start to go, why am I going out and beating myself up, taking concussions and stuff?
Right.
I mean, you got to really love football to keep playing football.
I don't think it's an accident that Gronk got out when he did. You know when Gronk got out? When it became clear to him, I can do other things and make money.
Right.
I don't have to do this anymore to make this kind of money. I can do other things and make money, not put my body through that. And there was a point in the podcast during the season where Travis Kelce was like, people don't see, because I'm always smiling and I'm always, joking. People don't see. It hurts.
Yeah.
Like I've had a lot of surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
And
I could see him taking the exact same path as Gronk, where he obviously has a million other things going on and could even, when they're making their retire and come back kind of thing,
right.
like late in the year,
right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, I could see something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like if I were a Chiefs fan and I wanted Travis Kelce to play as long as he can possibly play, I do start to think that all of this celebrity that he's getting might lead him away from football earlier than normal, just because you don't have to do this to your body anymore to make a living. He can make just as much, if not more money, doing other things.
Right.
He and his brother both have reached that level of stardom over the past year.
Number 4.
Speaking of football stardom, Tom Brady. Did you see this guy?
I did.
What's he doing?
Staying relevant?
Maybe.
Staying relevant?
He said he's not against the
He'd
idea.
be relevant anyways.
He said he's not against the idea of being a late season addition. In other words, your favorite football team is in the playoff picture. It's week 15 or whatever, week 9, I don't care. Quarterback goes down. Oh, no, what are we going to do? Maybe call Tom Brady. He'll answer. He's open to it. You think Tom Brady plays football again?
I think that the ego definitely wants the teams asking, "Hey, will you come back? We need you." I think that he wants that for sure. Will he actually do it? I'm not so sure.
Would you want him?
Yes.
He wasn't good last time he played.
No, but if I'm, there's even teams that jump off the page. Like I could totally see him being a Raider. I could totally see him coming back and being a Raider if they're competitive, but their quarterback situation just sucks.
Right.
Like they have a good defense, they got some weapons on offense, they're staying afloat. That just jumps off the page to me.
His thing was, he says, I can always see the game. I can see it and understand it.
Yeah.
And then I can, I have an arm. I can always throw it. So what's to stop me from being a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I could totally.
Would you love this if you're Fox? Fox is about to boot their number one analyst to make Roy for you, and now you're talking about playing football again.
No, I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't either.
No, I wouldn't like that too much. I think it's all just wanting to stay in the discussion and feel wanted as long as you can. Because right now, I think anyone would assume if he came back, who knows? He might be able to give you a little bit.
Tom Brady, doesn't he forever feel wanted? Like everybody wants Tom Brady. Like he doesn't need to hint at football to feel wanted. Everybody wants him at all hours of every day, except for Giselle, I guess.
That's true. That's true. No, I don't think it'll happen, but I promise you we will get a story halfway through the season of Tom Brady's mulling it over. This is an interesting situation.
I think he's just super competitive.
Yeah.
And he misses it.
I do too. I do too.
I think he probably retired in a time where his marriage was in shambles and he was conflicted, and it just felt like this is the right time to do it, and I need to do it. It's what I need to do.
Yep.
And I bet you he just misses the shit out of it.
And not to mention, I know this probably doesn't have anything to do with it, and I know he beat him, but you have this legacy that seems impossible for anyone to ever pass with those 6 rings. And now you got a guy in the league that might have a chance to do it.
That can't play a role. I mean, it might.
I'm just saying 7's different than 6. Like there is no way Patrick Mahomes gets 7 rings.
No way?
No way.
No way?
God, 5 more?
I mean, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
There's a lot of parity in this league.
Although
it doesn't seem to bother them.
Doesn't seem to bother them, though. I don't know. It's not for me to say.
I'm just saying it seemed unthinkable not that long ago, and now it's like, oh no, Patrick Mahomes might do it. He might be the GOAT.
I don't think Tom Brady's ever going to play football again.
I don't either. I think
he probably thinks about it, but I think that it's not clear to me that he would be good at it. So you need two things here. You need a franchise to think that he's capable of doing it at this age.
Yep.
I don't know that every franchise would assume that to be true. And then you need Tom Brady to actually pull the trigger on it and do it once somebody pursues him.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of variables.
But we're going to get the story this season.
Yeah,
Mark it. We're going to get the story.
There'll be a morning you turn on Get Up, and they'll be debating, should the Lions call Tom Brady?
Yeah. Or that Tom Brady there's been in contact with them. That's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, we're going to do
that for sure.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Round 2 of the Masters is underway.
Yes, it is.
We had weather delays yesterday.
It didn't affect the Masters updates.
Not everybody was able to complete the round. But we still had Masters updates in the other studio. And now that everybody's back out on the course. Do you see our leaderboard?
I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, it's a
What's
good
going
one.
on? Where's Tiger? Where's Tiger? He didn't look bad yesterday.
You're going to have to talk to Vernon about that.
Where's Tiger?
He's +2, Bennett.
Oh,
tied for 43rd. He's +1 today. He had an opening round 73. And now he's +1 through 7 today.
He's wearing
+2.
down.
He's wearing down, Bennett.
He's wearing down, aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Leaderboard looks great, though.
Yeah, what's our leaderboard?
I mean, I feel like I'm stepping on Vernon's toe. I feel like I'm not even allowed to talk about the Masters.
We're just reading it.
I'm just reading it.
We won't do it in an eventful way.
Not an eventful. This is the calmest I could possibly
Where's
discuss the
Boing
Masters.
Oing?
This is the...
I died. I'm sorry, dude. I spit my drink out. I didn't even know what he was talking about. It just killed me.
We got some good ones right now. Right now, tied.
Yeah.
Atop the leaderboard at 7 under. Max Homa and Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay.
Followed by Scotty Scheffler, who is 1 shot back.
Okay. I like it.
Those are 3 of the biggest names in golf.
Those are names.
That's a great leaderboard.
That is, yeah. That's a great leaderboard.
I mean, I wish we could get Tiger up there, but you know.
Or either the Cams hanging around.
Oh, man, there's always a Cam around. Cam Young.
Felt like I took a Cam hedge yesterday. I think I hedged on the Cams.
Cameron Young is 4 under. Cameron Davis is 2 under.
What about Smith?
Cam Young, Cam Davis. Let's find Cam Smith.
I don't know about Cam Davis.
Let me find him. Okay, Cam Young is 4 under. Cam Davis. Cam Smith is 1 under.
Okay.
All 3 Cams.
My Cams are
you
hanging
took all
in there.
3 Cams?
I hedged for the Cams. I did. Because I took one. And I was like, no, what's going to happen is it's going to be the other one. I was like, you got to do both.
You just
can't
took all the Cams.
I took all the Cams.
Every Cam is under par. Every Cam is above.
Go.
There are 3 Cams ahead of Tiger Woods on this leaderboard right now. So, you know, do with that what you will.
Yeah.
Max Homa, Bryson DeChambeau tied at 7 under. I'll let Vernon tell you the rest of it. I'll let Vernon tell you the rest of it. Be back in a second.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Hey Grizzlies fans, after exciting hoops and a lucky night of gaming, where do you rest your head? Look no further than Southland Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of the Memphis Grizzlies. Our high-rise hotel is the epitome of luxury and comfort. Picture this, you've just finished an evening of gaming and dining, so you head on over to one of our 300 rooms to end the night. Choose from standard, suite, and presidential suite, plus we're pet-friendly and offer mobility scooters for rent. It's a seamless experience for everyone. And don't miss the Main Street Exchange, right in the heart of our casino lobby. Whether you're craving a snack or need a souvenir of your stay, we've got you covered. From polo shirts to shot glasses, take a piece of the Southland excitement home with you. So come stay and play at Southland Casino Hotel, where every moment is designed for your enjoyment. Book your hotel stay by calling 833-703-3350 or visit online at southlandcasinohotel.com/hotel.
Guests must be 21 years of age or older to check in at hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
It's more fun to be there live to see the Memphis Grizzlies hit the court all season long. From the electricity in FedEx Forum to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Grizzlies basketball. As the official marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies, Ticketmaster gets you in with a huge selection of seats. So get off the couch and into the stands while you still can. Score tickets today at Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com.
Welcome back, Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough Studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Lakers Grizzlies tonight, 7 o'clock. Tickets are available. LeBron James listed as questionable, but Bennett Doyle and I, we think he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
That's the official.
He's
that's
playing.
the official stance of the Gary Parrish Show today. LeBron James will be playing for the Lakers, so plan accordingly. Let's wrap this up with GP's Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we learn today?
A whole bunch of stuff, but I think the most interesting thing is Bennett. What are you shaking your head about?
I know where you're going.
Where do you think I'm going?
I'm following.
Where do you think I'm going?
You talking about the pedicure thing?
Bennett.
Yeah.
You think there's a market for that?
There's a total market for that. Where you get a pedicure and then they suck your toes afterwards.
But would that be considered over the line? Could you legally run a toe-sucking industry?
What's illegal about that?
You tell me. I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like, on paper, it sounds like that seems illegal. But
Right.
there's certain things at those kind of places you can't do. You'll get in trouble. And I know where those places are.
Where, Bennett?
I can't. I'll tell you off air.
Well, how do you know?
I'll tell you off air. I don't know. I've never been, but
Would you go? Would you go?
I had to. No.
Would you go if nobody would ever know?
No, I'd be too scared.
What would you be scared of?
I don't know. Just I don't.
What frightens you?
The illegalness of it
but
all.
I just part of the. I just put a stipulation on it. Nobody would ever know. This is just between you and whoever
does that.
Yeah.
Larry David did it. He didn't even get in trouble.
See?
No. No, I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Well, because for me, like that, the person on the other side of that, they don't want to be doing that.
Everybody, hey, it's been negotiated.
I know, but they don't want to really be doing that.
You got to.
I'd feel like a slob.
Probably feel like a slob.
Yeah. That'd feel gross.
Probably feel gross.
Yeah. But the pedicure with the toe sucking thing, that I think there's a market for that.
Where would you put such a place?
I don't know.
Out in Collierville, you think?
That's probably where the upscale one would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, let me get this straight. Let me make sure I got my head wrapped around this. Your vision is I could, in theory, walk into a place out in Collierville.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and I might immediately, first thing I see, woman's got a whole man's foot in her mouth.
No, you got to go to a private area for that.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not just doing this out for everyone to see.
Okay.
No. You don't share that with the public. It's a private thing.
But you're convinced that would be legal. I'm not even arguing with you. I don't know.
I don't know why it wouldn't be legal.
I don't either.
Why would that not? What's illegal about sucking on someone's toe?
You got to talk to a lawyer. I don't know. I can't speak to
I don't think there's anything. I think that like you get past the legalities of this thing. I think it's just you got to obviously have the mindset.
Is it legal to pay somebody to suck your foot? I don't know. Probably have to ask Diddy.
He's the one to ask.
Probably have to ask
Actually, he's probably already running those kind of places.
He's probably got those.
Damn it.
He's right.
I thought I was on to something.
No, I feel like this is exactly what got Diddy in trouble.
Yeah.
You know? You should be careful.
Yeah.
Like, you might not ever want to say this to somebody again.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Well, I was
you know.
just thinking through it. I thought it
I
might
understand.
make some money on the side.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know, hey, listen, you got to be creative.
Yeah.
You know, got to be creative. We'll see. I'll talk to a lawyer.
Yeah, find out,
see.
let me know, and then I'll open the place up.
All right.
What's today's biggest game?
Oh, it's Grizz Lakers inside FedEx Forum. 7 o'clock tip. Kings in town. Real life king.
Yeah, a real life king.
Not every day real life king comes to town.
No.
We got one today. LeBron James and the Lakers. They're 45-35. That's the same record as the Warriors and Kings. Stakes are high for the Lakers tonight. They need this one. Point spread suggests they'll probably get it. They're 15.5-point favorites over the Grizzlies, who will enter with a 9-30 record at home this season. Bennett?
I don't like that.
If the Grizzlies are going to get the double-digit home wins, got to win tonight or
Sunday
Woo.
versus the Joker.
Yuck. Hey, did you win last night, by the way?
I did win. The Knicks won and covered. Yes.
Congratulations. Let me update your record. I want to do you right.
Okay.
You're now 101, 111, and 4. You are down 22.1 units. Is that great? No, it's not great, but it's better than you used to be.
Okay, I feel like this Grizzlies injury report for this game is like insurmountable. Like I don't even. It's not like the other night in Cleveland. Like I don't even. Hang on. Let me get my PR pulled up. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players that are out tonight.
Kings in town.
I have to take the Lakers.
15.5. That's a big number. Be betting against a home team on a
Lamar Stevens
Friday
ain't
night.
even playing.
Buddy, if I'd have told you 6 months ago that on April 12th, a source of your frustration would be the absence of Lamar Stevens, we wouldn't have been able to make sense of that, would you?
Probably not.
Imagine
Probably
if I'd have
not.
told
That's
you
where we
6
are.
months ago, Bennett, on the final weekend of the regular season, you're going to be stressed out. And you'd say, why? And I'd say, because Lamar Stevens ain't going to be available. You'd be like, what? Why would I care? And I'd say, you have no idea what you're in store
What's
for.
on the way?
You have no idea what's on the way.
Yeah.
But just trust me, you're going to get to a point where you're frustrated because Lamar Stevens' lack of availability. It's tough.
Give me the Lakers.
Lakers minus 15.5, says Bennett. Tips at 7 o'clock inside FedEx Forum.
What are we watching on TV?
It's the first Smackdown after Mania. It's Smackdown after Mania.
Yeah.
Do they call it that?
No.
Should they?
It doesn't get the shine like Raw does.
Cody Rhodes is going to be there.
Cody's going to be there. Yep.
Bailey is as well.
Oh, you got your champs in the building.
Champs are here. Champs are here. They're going to do it at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan.
Tonight's the night that we find out who's going to be like the Cody challenger going forward, I feel like.
Do you have a theory?
I still think it's going to be Gunther. He didn't come out on Monday during Raw. And you know we're about to have this draft coming up, so everything's about to change as far as who's on what show.
I hate the draft.
I don't like the draft
You know
either.
why? Because it's stupid. They don't even do it right. It should be an actual draft.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it. Like, sometimes they're just like, and Jimmy and Jay are going to SmackDown. Well, that's 2 picks.
I agree. Do it like a real draft.
Do it like a real draft.
Do it like a real draft. I'm totally with you here. Maybe they will, though, because they have really been going into the sports aspect of wrestling, like with the press conferences and stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be more of a real draft this time around.
I hope so.
I hope so too. But yeah, I think tonight we're going to get a challenger. I do, and I think it's going to be Gunther.
Who would you prefer to be the next, the next like threat
to Cody?
To Cody Rhodes' reign? Who do you want it to be?
Man, I thought there might. I don't know. I mean, dude, honestly, it'd be amazing if it was like Logan Paul, but he's got a championship. Somebody without a belt that would be the challenger. You can't do McIntyre. I think Gunther makes the most sense. Do I love it? Not necessarily, but I think it's the one that makes the most sense right now.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. You know, like you're up against it. It's another underdog story for Cody. Like, I think it makes the most sense.
Maybe we'll see a preview tonight.
Yep.
SmackDown 7 o'clock on Fox.
What's the best thing we've read?
Well, Cameron Salerno, colleague at CBS Sports, wrote a little piece about Mark Pope, 5 things to know about the BYU coach. who has deep Kentucky ties. See, if you haven't read that yet, it's on the homepage, cbssports.com.
What's on tap next week?
Oh, NBA regular season will be over.
Damn, we're going to be coming up in here during exit interviews. That
Exit
hurts.
interviews.
Exit interviews Monday. Yep.
Was it last year during the exit interviews when we learned Dylan Brooks is never coming back ever?
I feel like it was around that time. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it was right around that time.
So maybe we'll have some news.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be some news. Everybody's talking on Monday.
Postseason basketball. You think John Morant talks on Monday?
He's scheduled to talk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from him in a while.
No, we haven't. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm fired up then.
Yep.
You fired up?
I'm fired up.
Can't wait for next week.
I'm fired up.
Hey, and I'll be here all 5 days.
Let's go.
First time I've been in studio all 5 days, probably since November. Something.
I think that's right. That's right.
So it's a big week.
It's a big week.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go.
It's a big week. I can't wait. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll enjoy mine. Be back here Monday at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.